Cool. Hello, everyone. Welcome to. I think this is the first, no, the second Drum Bass Chinwag with Katalyst. First one we had Dave Colombo Jenkins, and that was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Rob?
Yeah, man.
Ah, legend.
So, first question: how many dogs do you have?
Two. I've got two, but sometimes I have three because I look after my sister's dog for them quite a lot. So he's here sometimes for like a week at a time or like a few days, and he's a little sausage dog.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's cute. He is cute, but we were just talking about
I
how
take it he does.
sometimes.
I take it he fights with the other two.
No, he's really good with them, but like if we're out on a walk and another dog approaches him, he will say something about it.
Oh
And
right,
like
okay.
I've seen him try and bite people's ankles before.
Oh
When
really?
they've walked past. Yeah, it does. I think he's only got a tiny little mouth though, so it doesn't count as a bite. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
just
like,
just a little nibble. Yeah.
yeah, he's smaller than my cat. I've
Oh
got a cat as
really?
well. There's the cat, the black cat.
Your cat's bigger than my dog.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, we've got a little Maltese called Matilda. She's like that little tiny fluffy cloud.
Oh, cute,
Is
cute.
stream working for you, James?
Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit behind where I'm recording it as well as streaming it. It's just a little on the slow side, but it's I think there's like a minute delay or something like that.
It's just going in freeze frames for me.
Let me try
Really,
it. I'm just putting it on my story.
really.
Wait,
Let's see what I can do without obviously not Zoom. Um,
it's giving me an advert.
should be okay. Oh, is it freeze framing? I wonder why. What if I stop recording? We'll just have to deal with the silence when we is that a bit better? We'll have to see.
It's all right on my phone.
Oh, is it okay on your phone? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Here's the other dog,
Cute. What are their names?
Annie and Luna.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're cute. Because like when I got Annie, my daughter was obsessed with Annie the musical,
Yeah,
so that's why we called her Annie. And then we've called Luna Luna because she's crazy.
Oh, like a
She's
lunatic.
yeah, Luna, aren't you? She's so cute though. it was after quite a while after lockdown, but I made that tune. I mean, that's been finished for like a year.
I did, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, so like that. Oh wow! Other than having a better mix down since then, but like the actual like structure of the tune and all the sounds and everything like that was finished a year ago. So like that, I can't remember. And then it was taking me a while. Yeah, so it's probably like been 2 years in the making, that tune. And so we've known each other, for a little while. But because of, I find his voice like reminds me of when in lockdown, when I was really trying to push myself, and I really realized that like people were interested in what I was doing. Because before that, I wasn't on social media very much, so it's hard to gauge really. Like, yeah, I was getting booked, but like I wasn't getting paid barely ever, like, because I wasn't expecting it. It was just a hobby. Do you know what I mean? And then like I was gonna really miss that when like performing to people, so I started doing live streams.
Nice.
And then like I used to play loads of tunes that people were making with his voice on, so I was like, when I make tunes, I want to get Mad Rush on the tune. So
there's something about like the northern MCs, especially Manchester MCs. They've just got this gravitas on the tune, and Mad Rush is a great example of that.
There's also something really magic about when you like you said, when you work with an MC you've always wanted to work with and you've heard their voice 100 times, and then you get sent the stems and you got like, it's just exciting. When we first got sent T-Man stems, when we first got sent Skittles as stems, it's just exciting. When you get your own version of their vocal just for you, it's great.
It's amazing. That picture of the two of you, is that a picture that you took of you two together? Did you meet up and do a photo shoot?
Yeah, well, we've actually got a music video dropping on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so awkward in it. Honestly, I was like, you need to cut out any bits where I'm dancing. They're trying to make me dance. And it's so embarrassing.
Oh no!
It was really bad. So there's none. I'm not dancing in any of it, but I've got a bit where I have to walk. A couple of bits where I'm walking, and it's like I didn't want it to be about me at all. So we've got like fire dancers, and one of my friends came down and did some dancing, dressed in like all her like crazy clown gear that she wears at festivals. So
did Rush come down to Oxford for it?
We went to Bristol actually, cool. But like the Runtings guys brought him down and got him a hotel, so he was comfortable. And like we spent the day recording the video, and it was really fun. It was really good.
Oh, cool! And and then you took like some photos at the video shoot, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
I was going to say because that's really good Photoshop. I thought you looked like you were in the same room. That's what I thought. Like, if someone's made that on Photoshop, that's some skills. But yeah, of course, you're in the same room. I really like that tune. That's the first time I've heard it in full. Like I sort of. Like you know what it's like when you're going through social media and you think, oh, I'll have a listen to that, and then you listen to about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you get distracted and listen to something else, or your kid calls you or something. I quite liked it, but hearing it all the way through and hearing all the drum edits and the way that the drum edits aren't the same as the last drum edits, and there's been a lot of thought put into it. From what you showed me last year, that is a huge like step in the direction of confidence. Like it's a much more confident production than what you were showing me last year. It's so good. It's so good.
Because
I can definitely hear the Siren influence as well.
They're mixed down like because I used like some of my lessons, my one-to-ones that I've had with them to get that mixed down like sick, because I was like, I'm still only 2-3 years, like 2 years really, since I've been actually really focusing on production. So like to be honest, I don't really enjoy that side of it that much. I really like sitting down and just like chucking some sounds together and like having fun with it, and the mixed sound side, yes, I'm picking stuff up along the way. I know a lot more about EQing and things like that now, but like boring. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when I read about it, I want to go to sleep. Like, so it's like I know it's a part of where I need to get to, but I'm not doing my own head in and ruining my creativity by having to worry about that when I can use things like lessons and getting feedback off people and
absolutely
things like that.
Absolutely, it's obviously much more fun to compose than it is to engineer. That's if you can break the production process into two parts, composition and engineering, the composition is obviously really, really fun, especially when you first start out. But after a while, you kind of get into a groove with the engineering, and it becomes kind of this thing that feels a bit less of a chore and a bit more like. Like with composition, there's no right or wrong answer. It's open ended, and so it's a bit like an English essay. Whereas like the engineering side, it's like it's either right or it's wrong in quite a lot. So it's almost like a maths test.
Yeah.
And I always preferred the maths to the English when I was younger, because I liked the safety of there being a definite right and wrong answer. So for me, I kind of really like the engineering side as much probably as the composition side now. But it's taken me about 10-15 years to get to the point where that's the case. I used to really fucking hate it as well. Really, really hate it.
Yeah. Oh God, it is hard. It is really hard. I just like chopping things up, chucking things down, seeing what it sounds like, moving it around a bit. And I learn little bits. Like I know way more than I did like a year ago, for example. But I know I've still got loads more to go, and I need the patience to sit down and do those things that I don't actually really like doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I find hard.
So you mentioned Block to Block earlier. You've done a couple of the tracks there, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You've been down to the Block to Block studios. Did you know what it was like? So like when we travel the world, people in Australia, they've all heard of it. Everyone knows Block to Block, but I don't think they realise it's a little flat in Hume.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's a legendary place.
It's brilliant. No, that's not coming to talk it down the less. I just think that makes it more magic, if anything. I think
it does,
really high-tech studio. I think it makes it more magic than it is. It's just a spare room in Hume. It's fantastic.
It is. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like proper UK culture.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think people think it's going to be like part of a warehouse or a mill or something, like a rented room somewhere, but it is just in someone's gaff. People live there.
Yeah. Yes, the living room. Yeah.
So you've been there a few times.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, quite a few times actually. Because I played in Manchester a few times, and like I'm friends with Jazzy.
Jasmine, Jazzy Lioness.
Yeah, she's wicked.
Hold tight, Jazzy.
So I've been up there. I did a stream with Saxon like ages ago.
Yeah.
That was really good. That's like people still watch that on my YouTube.
Nice.
It's quite good. Yeah, because I uploaded it to that as well. So it's really good. I like those guys. They're really cool. Yeah.
Wicked.
We've got another tune. We're going to
you said that we can play another tune in a second, but you said that you grew up in Oxford. What was that like to go out raving?
It was fun, but it was like, so when it came to drum and bass, there was like the therapy sessions nights at the Zodiac.
Oh yeah. Man, I remember them.
Yeah, they were sick. That was like my first local clubbing experience, and the nights at the Coven as well. They had like kinetic, loads of drum and bass, and then they had like other genres on the other weekends. And I used to go to a lot of free parties as well. But Oxford's pretty dead now, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like Bullingdon's the only place.
Yeah, really, I was going to say Bullingdon. Like when we went through on a coach last year, we saw posters for drum and bass at the Bullingdon. Is that literally the only place now?
Or other than the O2. So but only one brand runs events there, and they do quite big events, but. That's enough for Oxford, really. And then you can have the other odd little events they're not little events, they're still sort of 300-400 capacity events, but at the Bullingdon, but you can't have stuff on in Oxford every week because people just won't
go to it. It's not a big enough.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
You used to have therapy sessions in Oxford. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, therapy sessions is pretty heavy music. It's where Robin Chaos used to run it.
Yeah.
I just don't associate that with what I associate with Oxford in my head.
Yeah. I used to love it. And I used to go to London to AWOL and Renegade Hardware and things like that. That was fun.
What are some of your favourite memories and stories from the dance when you first started going out raving? The ones that you can repeat.
I don't know how many I can talk about.
We can come back to that because some pops in your head later on.
Yeah,
just like
I remember feeling like just that sense of freedom, you know, being able to like go out and dance on a weekend, like that was just the best thing, really.
What were your venues back in London back in those days? Then was that like Fabric the End, that kind of sort of era?
Yeah,
Never went to the end.
And things like that. I think I might have gone to the end once, but bearing in mind I was like, well, I'm 35 now, but I was probably about
that's my age.
17 then. Yeah, like 17, 18, like just allowed to go out.
Exactly me. I'm the same age as you, so I was just like the end just seemed like this magical little place that I just kind of missed.
Yeah, and you just kind of like, I just used to go to places. I didn't really know or care where it was. I was just always up for going there if there was good music.
And was it always drum and bass that you went out to? Was it just straight away, that's it, I'm in love with drum and bass? Or were you into some other music as well, like house and techno and the like other stuff?
House has never really been a thing for me, to be honest. I like techno. Yeah, so I obviously went to a lot of free parties, and they play a lot of techno and hard trance and breakbeat and things like that. So when I first started mixing, I started mixing breaks because it was a bit slower. And I found it easier to beat match because obviously back then you didn't have record box or anything like that. And then but then when I actually started to learn to mix and knew I wanted to mix, not to necessarily be a DJ, but just to like get a little bit more into it, I was like, I've got to mix drum and bass really. And I found jungle really fun to mix at first. And weirdly, like the fact that there's so many like beats everywhere, it made it easier for me to keep things in time.
Yeah.
A bit more room for error, isn't there?
Yeah, or maybe you can get away with making mistakes a bit more. People don't realize because they're just like, oh, it's jungle, it's fine. Amen. It's fine.
Cool. So we're gonna do.
Before you do this, so what you've played in Manchester? Where have you played in Manchester before?
The Bread Shed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Was that for cakes?
No, I can't remember who it was for.
Don't worry. I'm just going.
Some random event or Bass Face, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Some bar that I'm sure its name has a man's name in it.
Ooh, a man's name in it.
Not Old Abbey Tap House.
Or maybe there. I don't know.
I'd be surprised if you hadn't played there.
That's last year.
It's kind of a rite of passage, Abbey Tap House, I imagine.
Yeah. I'm terrible with it's names. No, don't worry, man. I really struggle with. So
there's so many venues in this world.
I know. Unless I've been there more than once, it's a bit like, not sure.
So my next question is about this tune, so let's play the tune.
Because this links you with Lauren Rose, who's one of our main singers, and Riot Dubs, which is one of our main labels. So it'd be really great.
Shouts to Lauren, man.
Shouts to Bodan and Lauren, of course. It'd be really great to find out a bit more about this tune. But first of all, we're going to play it.
I'll keep pushing on. I am moving on without you. Days go one by one. I can be strong enough without you. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Next time I'll be wiser. I can be strong again. Pushing on, I am moving on without you.
That's absolutely wicked.
Great, yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, man. So I'm guessing this all came about through Bodan because that little bastard gets about.
Yeah. Yeah. Bless him. Yeah, he approached me to do the remix, so I was like, wow, why not? Like, throw myself in at the deep end.
Did you play with him recently at a festival? Am I imagining that?
Yeah.
Oh, you played with them at Beats for Love, yeah.
In Prague,
oh
right?
my god, that's such a sick festival.
Yeah, that looked mega, man. That looks amazing.
Yeah, it was just like I've never been anywhere that looks like that. I've been to so many festivals, but like not one that's got loads of random rusty stuff everywhere. Like it was wicked. It just felt like it was in the middle of like a town or a city, but everyone that was normal knew to stay out, and like you were just there like around this. It just felt like zombies were going to pop out of somewhere, or like, do you know what I mean? Like just weird but amazing at the same time.
But then the main stage is quite glossy, isn't it? Like I saw videos of Conan playing there. It's like it looks like a big EDM stage, like an Ultra or something.
Yeah. There's like the biggest stages are like they're not. Yeah, they are. They put a lot of effort into them.
Yeah,
and they have like the glitter bombs going off left, right, and center at the main stage as well. Which
that sounds terrifying for people who are afraid of glitter. I've got friends who have like a genuine phobia of glitter. Like my friend Jamie. Yeah, my friend Jamie has got a crippling fear of glitter. Just it's like he imagines it rubbing together, and then that just makes him like shut down.
Oh. Well, these things that it's like tiny bits of paper, but it looks like glitter when they come out. So it's
like confetti type thing.
Yeah.
So we've done a few tunes with Lauren Rose. We actually met her for the first time when we were in Sydney, and we played with her. She FaceTimed, and we've got a great video. We'll show you sometime of she FaceTimed her mum while we were playing in Australia.
That was amazing.
Oh, amazing! Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And so the video is her singing, and her mum 10,000 miles away in Essex, dancing on the phone on FaceTime.
Oh, that's cute.
Brilliant.
That's so nice.
So you're moving on to another subject. Well, so one of my other questions I wanted to ask you. So this year at Boomtown, how many sets did you play?
Wow. I was meant to play 3. Hang on. Yeah, I was meant to play 3.
You played more than that. You played like 5, didn't you?
No, I only ended up playing 2 of them.
Did you?
2 of 3.
Okay, cool. So so what happened with the third one then?
Wow. It was the first one that was bloody the problem. It wasn't anyone in particular's fault, but basically, so on the Thursday, there's an Origin stage isn't on. So like Dub Tendo, where I was meant to be playing next to it, that was when they have this, it was basically like a street party. So it wasn't like inside a venue. So everybody was everywhere. So like basically next to Origin, so that like it was so busy, everyone spilled into Origin and up to where all the food stalls are. Do you know what I mean? Like it was they're just covering the area. And then on the Friday, because of how busy it was on the Thursday, on the Friday they basically just kept pushing back the opening because Andy C was on, because they didn't.
I heard that rumor. I didn't know if it was true or not.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was told. So I don't know. Maybe there was something else. I don't really know. But I was basically told because Andy C was on, there was already loads of people there, and they were really worried that there was going to be then even more people come for that, and they just kept pushing it back. I don't think they had like the infrastructure to keep people safe, which is completely fair enough.
Yeah. Right, that makes a lot of sense. So it was to stop the crowds overlapping, basically, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Right, yeah, because I think people were trying to claim that it was like an ego thing from Andy, which I don't believe is true at all.
No.
That's a rumor that was going around. Honestly,
I don't think he's going to know what the hell's going on. Do you know what I mean? He's just come out to play his set. He's not going to know. Be like, oh no, nobody can play on the stage next to mine. Like,
that's exactly what I thought.
Been doing this long enough to not have to worry about.
No, it's good to hear it from someone who was part of it. So yeah. So right. So that one didn't end up happening. What about the two that did happen?
Oh, they were sick. They were really sick. Like, one of them was the Cosmic Junkyard, which is like an old town. In fact, both of them were in Old Town. But yeah, Cosmic Junkyard is like probably the biggest venue in Old Town, and it's wicked. Like they have like the sound system over in the corner, so not everybody's just at the DJ the whole time. Like people actually like can go where they want, and it's more about like the crowd being together than it is about the DJ being on show and things like that. And I had Thriller on my set, and they have like games in there, and like there's a big mouth that you can chuck balls in, and like just it was just like it's just really cool.
Typical
And the
Boomtown
guy's lovely. Yeah,
that's the most Boomtown thing I've ever heard.
And then I also played the Pomegranate Parlour. Well, that was a very interesting venue. They had like a big 4-poster double bed in the middle.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you can imagine how weird that got at Boomtown.
Yeah.
What time did you play there? Did you play there like late at night?
I played at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Wow.
Some shit.
That was really fun. Like I had one of my friends that was emceeing and one was singing. So I played loads of my friends' songs like she sings. So I played loads of like garage, and then we went into drum and bass because we made a couple of tunes together. Yeah. And I should have sent you one of the tunes that we've made.
Oh, there's still time. You can send it. We'll be able to. We'll get time to play it. No worries.
So I'm guessing you were at Boomtown as a raver as well, like these were over a couple of days, weren't they? These sets.
Yeah. No, to be fair, all of the sets, all 3 of them, are going to be on the Friday.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I know. So, but anyway, it was fine. So I played them, and then I went home on the Saturday night, and then I drove back on Sunday with my daughter and took her there for the day. And she loved it. She really loved it.
You took your daughter to Boomtown?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
just for the Sunday.
That's
just
really
so
cool.
She could, like, see it all. And
I always see people with their kids there, and I don't know if I could do that, but that's kind of, if you go for the day, that's not too bad. So, yeah,
it was cool. We sat and we got the giant Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
We got one of those and had Sunday dinner, and
Lovely.
She got to see Chase Status play and a Little Sound. Her.
Did you watch the Little Sound? Yeah, Little Sound's greatest.
Yeah, and she loves Charlie T as well because she's got to meet her before, so she's like, now loves her.
How old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Oh, bless her.
So she's like at that age now where she's starting to actually appreciate.
Yeah.
Like
drum and bass.
Oh my god, when I hear her like put music on in her room, it's always drum and bass. No, to be fair, actually, it's sometimes other things. Like if she's got really good taste, whatever she plays, it's always really good. Oh my god, this tune's playing. Hang on, I need to just quickly pop it.
It's all right. It's not coming through.
Yeah.
No, I managed to stop it. Let me just quickly get my emails up and I'll send it to you.
Remind me, how old is your daughter again? Sorry.
She's 11.
11. So there's never a worry about her running off or anything, is there? Like that's all I can think when I see these little kids running around. I just can't help but think.
Yeah, well, my kids aren't ready to go to Boomtown. I think they just run off. I'll never see them again.
11, you're about to start high school, aren't you? It's not like that, yeah. So
no, she's and because it's just the 2 of us as well. Like she wanted us to be together.
So you see toddlers running around crazy though. It's a worrying sight sometimes at Boomtown.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. You do have to be careful. Like, I mean, when you take your child to a place like that, you have to
keep an eye on them.
Be aware that, they could be exposed to things that they're not going to normally be exposed to.
I have seen signs telling parents to not be intoxicated when they're looking after their children.
That makes sense.
See, that's it. As long as you're not intoxicated,
then you can keep them safe from the dangers.
What's your email quickly?
solardnb@gmail.com.
I thought so.
So talking about parenthood, obviously you're in the same position as me in the sense that we're trying to balance a career in drum and bass with being a full-time parent. How do you find the balance?
I mean, Livy's, because she's getting older now, she's wanting to spend a bit less time with me anyway. So I feel like it's a bit easier now. Like I have a bit more time to do the things that I need to do. And like her dad's really helpful. So like if I've got gigs and stuff, he'll always have her. But we just make it work. Like I think because it's always been. It's for the last 6 years. She knows I've just been trying to work really hard at everything that I do to be able to give us a better life. So she understands that like sometimes I might have to be on my computer, or like I might have to go and do a gig, but you know, if she wants to have a nice life, then I need to do that. And same with my physio, you know, it's like I had to go through all that and be driving to Bristol every day for 3 years for uni to be able to be in a position now where I can afford to work 3 days a week doing that and then do my music the rest of the time. I don't have to basically work all hours for no money.
Yeah.
Like I used to.
Is she at a point now where she kind of finds it cool? Because I mean, how many kids get their mum take them to Boomtown and introduce them to Little Sam and Charlie T?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she is lucky, but I don't know. I think I'm still not that much of a cool parent to her.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you ever can be. I don't think it's ever possible.
So my 8-year-olds, my twins, think that I'm a really cool dad. My 18-year-old does not think I'm a cool dad at all.
It gets worse, doesn't it, as they get older?
Yeah. But I think when she gets to about 23, 24, she'll realise how cool I am. It'll come back the other way. They always go through that phase where they're like, I don't think you're very cool, and then it'll come back round.
Just as the young ones are starting to realise you're not cool.
Just as the young ones, get to 12 and realise that I'm a deeply uncool person because they're now 12 and know everything. But yeah, I think you're right. In order to balance life and parenthood, you need a good team around you, like, you know, or lots and lots of money for babysitters.
And dog sitters.
And dog sitters, of course. So,
has she ever seen you play?
What's that?
Sorry?
Has she ever seen you play?
Yeah, so she came with me to, well, to be fair, when she was younger, she saw me play a couple of times. Like I played at Oxford, like Cowley Road Carnival, and at like a pub event that you could take kids to because it was in the daytime. And then this year she came with me to Camp Festival when I played there.
Oh, nice.
And another local festival called J Fest. So it's quite nice her being there. On Raver Tots as well. I played there and got to take her there.
Oh, I'd love to play Raver Tots so that I can bring my little 8-year-olds to see me DJ for the first time. They're always like, I want to see you play. I want to see you play.
There's a Manchester version of it, isn't it? That we're hoping to be playing.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, there's Jungle Cubs as well, like down in Bournemouth.
Oh yeah.
You should hit them up maybe. I'll put in a good word for you too, because like they're really nice. They're doing a Christmas party on the 21st of December that I'm playing at, and I think they've got Leanne Louise and.
Oh, nice. The one that just did Castles in the Sky with Chloe.
Yeah. So, they're really ni's, and it's all really family friendly, and they have like activities for the kids.
Love Bournemouth anyway, because growing up in Southampton is a bit of history for you. When I was of the age where I could start going out, there were no drum and bass or jungle nights in Southampton because someone got stabbed outside a jungle night. Like no club would touch it for about 2 or 3 years. When I moved away to come up to Manchester, that's when it started happening again, and now it's got a very thriving scene. You got worried about Henry down there, and so some other more underground ones. But at the time there wasn't, so I had to go over to Bournemouth or Portsmouth, and obviously it wasn't going to be Portsmouth. So I went over to Bournemouth, and that's where I went to like my first few raves, and that's where I fell in love with the music. I went to see Andy C and Randall on my 18th birthday back in 2004, and I was mixing all sorts of genres at the time, and that was the moment where I was like, I need to make my life about this.
Yeah.
Was that the Academy?
I don't know what it's called now. At the time, it was called Slinkies at the Opera House.
Oh, okay. The Bournemouth Academy looks like an amazing venue. I've seen
it might have changed its name, but it's basically got like balconies to sort of over.
Yeah. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's it. I had like all of my first big raves there, all of my first times experimenting with more than just alcohol there, and it just got so many lovely memories, you know. Back when I was a kid and didn't have kids of my own, obviously.
Yeah. Aww.
So what's the tune?
What is this tune? Shall we have a little listen to Katalyst featuring Natty Campbell, Soundboy?
Oh yeah, Soundboy Shiver. Yeah. That's with my friend Leslie as well. So this is the original tune that we made So the Mad Rush tune and the remix I did, you basically stolen edits out of this track.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've used like you'll hear like little sections that are really similar. They sound slightly different because the mix down's been different. The mix down's different. The arrangement's different. And I've added different drums underneath and things like that. But like you'll notice I learned so much making that track with Leslie that it's been that's probably one of like the most, I can't really say that because I've had loads of useful information given to me. I feel like that was the time where I was all of a sudden things were starting to like click.
Yeah, like Neo in the Matrix, everything lines up, and you're like, that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was so proud of that tune, and that tune that got me the mentorship. Like that. That's it's
I got you in the mentorship.
The mentorship with EQ50.
Yeah, cool. We'll come back. We'll circle back to that in a second because I wanted to ask you about that. But for now, let's have a little listen to Soundboy Shiver featuring Natty Campbell.
All the people in the dance now. Also when I watch them come gather around, I say best pound for pound. Any sound test them I go and get licked down. Wanna say, not try face me. I'll say, not come for war. We say we not deal with nothing, so don't try if it test, not try if it start something. Some boy, them get laid in a them button, and not come for war, not face me with nothing. We say we not deal with nothing, and not try if it test, not try if it start something. Some boy, them get laid in a them button, and not come for war, not face me with nothing. Not face me with nothing. Not face me with nothing. Not face me with some boy them get lit in a them button. Now come for wine, not face me with nothing. Some little tin pan them try fit test. Them little sound boy need a bulletproof vest. Make them fit dance and the vibe them the best. Leave them a berry and a put.
This is sick. So this isn't out yet, is it?
No, this is going to come out in Jungle Mania recordings.
Nice.
Cemetery, leave them fibers, make a sound boy shiver. You know what the bad man deliver. We say we not deal with nothing. I don't try if it test, not try if it start something. Some boy, them get lit in a them button, and not come for war, not face me with nothing. We say we not deal with nothing. I don't try if it test, not try if it start something. Some boy, them get lit in a them button, and not come for war, not face me with nothing.
Yeah, this is really nice. I'm just having a little chat over it just so that no one can like rob it. What's that, Kat?
I said, don't steal my tune.
Don't.
Not you.
Yeah.
The naughty one.
Some boy them get lit in a them button, and not come for war, not face me with nothing.
Yeah, that's really, really cool, and you can definitely hear the Siren influence in terms of like the bass weight and kick and snare, like the sort of engineering side of it. Like
again, they sat with me through about 2 or 3 lessons to go through all the. To be fair, that one probably only took about 2 lessons. That's probably the other one.
Which one is it? Is it Josh that you work with, or is it both of them?
Both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Josh that does the mastering.
Yeah.
But when I have my one-to-ones, it's both of them, Josh and James.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of the most underrated action drum and bass at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
I know. Didn't they say they've only had one live gig so far this year or something like that? Or two?
I think they've had a couple. I got them a set at Elusive to say thank you for all that help. Basically, because I think it was their first festival set, which was really nice.
Oh, nice.
But they need more. People need to book them.
Yeah, I don't
their
understand.
output's so good.
Their output's so consistent and so good. Every
But
tune
then,
is an absolute banger, and
Yeah.
you know, it'd be lovely
Yeah.
to see them on all the lineups.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll
It will,
happen.
yeah. You just gotta. Everyone's career happens at a different pace, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things as
Exactly.
well where everyone looks like they're doing better than they are because of social media as well. You know.
100%. Everyone looks like they're doing better than they think they are, like,
Yeah.
as well. Like, I think it's fair. Everybody's like,
That's interesting.
my career's over, I've peaked, like, I'm
Yeah,
never gonna have
yeah.
any gigs because that month's quiet, and then it's like,
Yeah.
by the time you get to that month, everything's fine, and you've got something else going on anyway, and like, it's
That's
like
a very good way of putting it, yeah.
like that.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's circle back to the EQ50 and Ram Records mentorship. How did that come about? Because that's really exciting.
Yeah, that well, I applied with that tune and the Mad Rush one as well. Oh, gosh, bring me. And then I had interviews with Ram and Audio Porn, and then yeah, I think I think that they, from what Flight said, they both would have been happy to work with me, but obviously Ram won. I didn't choose. I didn't get to choose. I got told like who I was with. Yeah, I felt really lucky. Like, it was a really nice confidence boost that I felt like people were starting to believe in what I was doing. And
what does it entail being a mentee for EQ50 and Ram Records?
Well, I've been given loads of one-to-ones by Cyran and Mandy. And
oh, wow.
had I went and did a session with them like a few months ago now in the summer. It's really interesting because I like using other influences in my music too, or want to start being able to do that more. Not necessarily 4/4, but like obviously where I started with breakbeat and garage, and I love grime and stuff like that. I want to be able to like incorporate those sort of sounds, or maybe some fun breakdowns, or things like that into my tracks. And I thought it'd be really interesting to see the way they do it. So yeah, that was really useful. And then we've had like some online things and just like catch ups with our tutors and things like that. But I think towards the end of the year I might start working a bit more with Audio Porn, because Ram have been having some changes go on.
That's quite widely known now, isn't it? But yeah, we won't go into it here.
So it's been, I would say that it's been nice to have the support, and I couldn't have done it without Cyran. That's all them. They've been saving graces of the whole year, really, and the whole mentorship. It's been
I chat to Josh quite often, normally about roller coasters. more than drum and bass. He's a real enthusiast. Rob, you wanted to ask something.
I can't stand roller coasters, so you guys carry on.
Sorry?
I can't stand roller coasters.
Oh, you can't stand roller coasters. How are you with water slides? No, just no to both.
It depends how big and what the water is that I'm going into.
Right. Okay.
I don't like being out of my depth anymore. As I've got older, as a kid, I would have loved all of that, but no. As I've got older, I'm like, no, I can't die. I've got a child to like look after myself.
See, I'm all right with it, like in somewhere like that, but I don't go out of my depth in the sea anymore. The last time I went out of my depth in the sea was with Robbie when I nearly drowned in Croatia, and Robbie thought I was joking, and he'd have just let me drown, thinking I was taking the piss.
Sorry.
I also don't drink and swim anymore for the same reason.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Us and Siren, we've both made tracks about the roller coaster Oblivion. And
yeah, we've both made tracks literally about the roller coaster Oblivion.
The same one.
That is. I don't quite know what to say about that.
It's a very specific thing to make a track about.
It's one structure.
Very random. Great.
But yeah, Rob, you wanted to ask something.
I've done all mine.
Oh, have you? Okay. Well, so your big news recently, Kat, is that you've got involved working for Hotcakes. How does that come about?
Yeah, that was great. Well, I obviously got taken on their roster to then I've got Gemma as my agent. She's absolutely amazing. Yeah, she's great. And then she sorted out, like, set up a studio day with me and Decline. And then after that, well, I've had a few studio days with him now, but after that, he asked me if I'd be interested in doing A&R for them, because obviously I've done A&R for Noxious Records before, and I've been learning to be the label manager for Runtings, but I feel like I want to be able to, as much as I love Runtings and I'm still going to be working for them, but I will get a lot of experience working with Jungle Cakes and Hot Cakes.
Absolutely.
And obviously, because I'm working with like 3 or 4 different labels and lots of different genres of music, and I really enjoy A&R. Like, to me, the label management side's basically data entry.
Yeah.
And the A&R side of it, I get to like the other day, I got to tell somebody, like, this guy, he's been working really hard at like getting custody of his daughter, and like seems like a really nice guy. Like, he hasn't got a huge following, but like is clearly really like passionate about what he does and really believes in it, and put himself out there, and sent me a tune, and I showed it to them, and Decline loved it, and he's like, yeah, I want to sign that, should we ask him to do an EP? So like I got to ask this guy if he wants to do an EP, and he's just like, it's made his year. And I'm like, oh, I thought I could cry just thinking about it. Like, it's nice to like be able to like help people like that.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's I guess it's like the difference between composition and engineering is in in making the tunes. That's kind of how it is with the difference between A&R and like the fucking accounts bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you say, data entry. But it's data entry that when you fucking make a mistake, it can sometimes be such a ball ache to sort out and just have long-standing repercussions.
That's it. And it's like, but to be fair, I have said to Runtings that I will do the data entry side of things for them, but obviously they're not solely focused on the label, so they've got other things going on. So
they don't have something out every week.
Exactly. So so I don't mind. It's fine.
So what are your responsibilities at Hotcakes? Just A&R?
So I basically have to find artists and get demos, and then sift through the demos, pick out the ones I think that they're going to like, and then present them in meetings. So we have 3 meetings a week, because it's with the Jungle Cakes and Hot Cakes and Guerrilla Warfare, and then Hot Cakes Deeper are like, so Hot Cakes is the breakbeat label, and then Hot Cakes Deeper is kind of just more chilled breakbeat.
And then it's energy, something,
hardcore energy as well. So like there's other people that are running that at the minute, so I don't need to worry too much about that, which is quite good, because it means that I can focus a little bit more on
the stuff that you're really passionate about.
Exactly. So it's really good. It's going well, though. I think it's going well.
Hardcore Energy is an interesting label. It's good that there's like, because they kind of do the old school rave stuff, don't they? But like the modern day version of it, don't they? Like, still a label doing that. I love that there's still a label doing that.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna put a day aside soon to just sit down and make some breaks and some garage, just for something different, like just to have a little bit of fun with it. Nice. And like I just feel so inspired by listening to all of their music that they get sent. So it's good.
We'll have to get you over some music to have a listen to at some point. We're finishing off an EP at the moment for a neuro label, and then we're gonna sort of focus a little bit more on some more Jungle Cakes type stuff. But I mean, we're making a tune at the minute with Clue that I would assume they'll send when it's done to give you guys first dibs on.
I bloody hope so. I'm going to tell him now. I'm going to be like,
because I mean they're your golden boys at the moment, aren't they? Clue for Jungle Cakes.
I think they're everyone's golden boys.
There are golden boys as well on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, definitely.
Clue can do no wrong at the minute. They're a rising star.
It did. On the Sunday of Boomtown, were you there for the closing ceremony, Kate?
I watched, most of Chase and Status with Livy, and then some idiot was getting in our way, and she was getting a bit like, because we were like in the crowd, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we went and got what are they called? those like a pancake.
Yeah, crepe.
Yeah, one of those. Crepe. Yeah, that's it. Went and got a crepe and then went to watch the rest of Headaches because she's head of Headaches, obviously.
Because Clue did the closing ceremony music this year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Clue did the closing
ceremony.
did.
Yeah. He did.
Really good as well. I loved it.
Yeah, I think that's getting released, isn't it?
Didn't Red sang on it? I believe.
Really?
There's a little vocal on it, and I believe it's Red that sang on it. So,
amazing.
Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah.
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 Soon, I think.
But yeah, they're amazing. Really nice guys as well.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing your tune as well.
Yeah.
I can play a little bit of it. I can play a little clip, I guess.
Go on, right now. Give me the drop. Give me the build and the drop.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is super exclusive. Then.
This is really fucking exclusive. Although I've been playing it out every set for a while.
Yeah.
So it's exclusively on the internet. This is an exclusive. Here we go. Watch you hate it now. So yeah,
amazing. That sounds summery, doesn't it?
Yeah, they want to have like another little go on it before we start sending to labels, which again I assume will be there. Someone in the chat, what's the difference between pancakes and a crepe? Surely the thickness, Colin. Like the crepes, you think of like thin, don't you? And pancakes, you think of them being like thick and stacked with like some fruit.
Yeah. Yeah, crepe. Yeah. Well, it depends because if you get American pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, yeah, so you get like the thin pancakes, which are like crepes, basically.
Yeah.
They are. Let's face it, crepes and pancakes, same thing.
Same thing. Just and Yorkshire puddings. I remember it being like 7 or 8 and just being baffled when someone said that it's exactly the same recipe for Yorkshire puddings as pancakes. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How can they
weird,
be the same?
Have you ever had those little puffy things that they do in like? I went to a pancake house in Amsterdam, and they had these little like poffertiere thingies.
The little circular ones they do with the Christmas markets. I know what you mean. And they put.
They are good. They're really good.
Like
donuts and pancakes in one, aren't they? They're delicious.
They sound really good. Right, we've got a couple more tunes of yours that we're going to play. This one is yourself with the Bossman Decline.
Oh yes, yeah. This is coming out on the 1st of December on Guerrilla Warfare.
Nice. Well,
the artwork for it's sick. It's in that folder, so you can have a little look.
We've had a tune out on Guerrilla Warfare. We were really
with Lauren
Rose, and we were very happy. And iBot, pick up iBot if you're watching.
Oh yeah, he's sick.
And we were really happy with everything from the artwork to like the communication. They're a really easy label to work with.
It came out really fast as well, which I like. It didn't get vaulted for a year.
Yeah, that was quite nice. Because at the time we were waiting so long for Ram. Ram took 3 years to bring out one of our tunes, and we were like, we thought it was going to really date. But actually, like, people don't know when things were made and stuff. Do you know what I mean? People are going, "Oh, this is such an improvement on your other stuff," and we're like, "Well, it's actually not. It's an unimprovement by about 3 years."
Yeah,
we didn't say that. We just took the compliment, but people just don't know. They just say anything.
Yeah. So you know what? Sometimes it pays to work with the smaller labels. And as much as I respect the bigger labels like Ram, one day they aren't going to be the big labels anymore, and these smaller labels are going to be the ones that are releasing like up-to-date current music every week, and giving people opportunities that really deserve it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like
Best example being Born on Road.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys as well. Do you know what I mean? Like your label too. Like
Thank you.
It's like that. It's I don't know. As much as like it's nice to get a release on a big label, it's also nice to get a release on a label that you can see is really doing well. And
we have found that some of the ones we feel the most progress happen on those kind of labels. You're right.
Yeah. They actually like care about people's tunes. It's not just content for them. Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of really great labels that are the rung down. Not that it's a competition, not that there are rungs, but just the one down from the biggest boys. Like we had a really fun EP this year on Korsakov. That's not one of the big names. Like when you go back years, but like recently they've been absolutely smashing it. Their quality control's sky high, and it was so much fun writing the EP. And then when they took it with no changes, when what we admire most about them is their quality control, that's just such an amazing feeling that you just and then it came out like 6 weeks or 2 months later, rather than waiting for years. So there's so much advantage to not being snobby about what labels you send your music to, and just giving it to people that you really believe in what they're doing. And there's a lot of sort of advantages that you wouldn't expect that come of that.
Yeah, to be honest, like a lot of it is down to how well the artist promotes their music as well.
Yeah.
Like
it's a collaboration between the label and the artist, and so many people don't understand that. There's a lot of artists that think it's the label's job. There's a lot of labels that think it's the artist's job. But it's
the labels should be like trying to get you the banners and things like that, and the good placement, things like that. And the artist should be trying to get that tune on Spotify playlists and telling their fans that they're out there, because the fans might not follow that label. Like you don't know what labels they follow, but they follow you.
Yeah.
So you need to tell them your music's out. I tried really hard with this tune with Mad Rush, and that's why it's done so well, because.
I've seen it everywhere, to the point where I actually thought, like I said to you, that it had come out the week before because I'd seen so much about it. I couldn't believe that it wasn't out yet when we were planning on when we were going to release that graphic. So
So like and that's why people like Cat and Mad Rush, he's on it with the promo. If anyone needs a vocalist that's actually going to help promote that tune, work with Mad Rush.
We've had some experiences where we've worked with MCs. I'm not going to mention by name or anything, but they asked us for tunes, and then when the tune comes out, they'd not even post about it. Do you know what I mean? Well, you asked us for the tune. You asked us for the beat.
I know. Well, like it's wasted bars then, isn't it? Like that's the way I look at it for them. Like, but if they don't see it like that, then that's their loss, isn't it? It's but it's a joint effort between everyone involved, I think, and
absolutely.
Like you can do just as well on a smaller label if you promote your stuff well, and they help.
I'm really excited to hear this. Decline is on my bucket list because I'm from a breaks background as well. He's on my bucket list to work with one day. I'd absolutely love to collab with him, and Ed Solo as well, because I've been a massive fan since the Brocky and Ed Solo Undiluted days.
They're both really nice guys.
I'm going to pop down, I think, because they're both playing in Manchester is it January, Rob? First week of January?
January 23rd.
January 23rd at Rebellion. So I'm going to pop down, say hello, and maybe suggest it if I got the courage.
Yeah, of course.
See what they say. But yeah, let's have a little listen to Tire Man. I'm loving this garage vibe.
Yeah,
This is really, really cool. It's very of the moment, but also a nod to.
It's very Jungle Cake.
Yeah. It's not over polished either. It's rough around the edges in the way that it needs to be for this sound.
Yeah.
I definitely mean that as a compliment.
Yeah. That's it. It's Wow, none of my tunes sound that polished, do they? So.
Oh, sorry. Am I allowed to show the? Am I allowed to show the
sure,
I just did. Sorry.
Fine,
This is really cool.
Yeah. So the story behind that tune, basically, on my way to the studio, my tire burst, and I tried to get my own tire off, and I snapped the locking wheel nut in the wheel. So there was no getting that tire off. The RAC couldn't get it off. Like, it was just a whole. He couldn't tow me in his van either, so I was going to have to wait for someone else to tow me to maximum 10 miles away. Well, that's not helpful when I'm 70 miles away, like my house, and I'm in London on a Friday when all the garages are going to be closing. They're all going to be finishing their jobs for the weekend. None of them have got any space for 2 weeks. I was like, what am I going to do? Bless Nick came and sat with me the whole time while I was dealing with all of this for like probably 2-3 hours.
Really?
We were trying to deal with this, and I rang up this mobile tire person and was like, please say you can help me. Like, showed him what I'd done, and he was like, yeah, I think I can fix that. And I was like, are you going to charge me though? Like, if you can't fix it, because it's already gonna, because he's like, it's probably gonna be 230 quid or something. I think he quoted me, and I was just like, I don't want to pay that if you can't fix it. You can then have to pay someone else to fix it as well. So anyway, he was like, no, it'll be fine. And I just don't know why, but I thought if the RAC can't fix it, this guy's got no hope, but I might as well try. He was sweating in the heat. Like, it was a moment. I was stood over him like,
please fix my tires.
Yeah, okay. Like, and then from like, Nick was on a meeting in the car, and like, it was just like, this poor man. I could just feel him getting like more annoyed with me stood there. So we left. We were like, right, this is like, you've already got my number. Just give us a ring when it's done, basically, if you can do it.
Yeah.
And we left him there sweating away, like, and then we got literally 2-3 minutes down the road, and he rang, like, it's done. I was like, what? Like, so happy that he'd managed to do my tire. So happy, like I could have hugged him, but he didn't seem that happy. And anyway, we were like, what are we going to call the tune? Obviously, like, we didn't really know what to call it at the time, so we were just like Tire Man. And then
to immortalize his legendary work.
Artwork, like, the tune's coming out on Guerrilla Warfare, and here's the artwork. And I was like, actually calling it Tire Man. So I know that the artwork and the name and the tune don't really relate that much, but
I don't know. He looks as grumpy as you've described the real Tire Man.
Does it give you a bit of PTSD?
Imagine him in his workshop, like, listening to that tune. Like, I really want a graphic made of him, that gorilla, like tapping things and doing things to tires, like, in his workshop with that tune playing in the background. I can see that.
I can imagine that. Yeah, like a music video.
Yeah.
Like, you can shoot it at a zoo.
Yeah. Just need to get a gorilla costume.
Just use one of the real gorillas, like the zookeeper. Who the fuck's given this gorilla a monkey wrench? Oh, I didn't even mean to make that joke there.
But yeah, so that's the story behind that, and we've got another couple of tunes on the go. But we all always think, we'll make some two-step or breaks, and then it's not.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, we did the same thing. But it's
Tell me a little bit more about On Cue with Elan Keatsy.
Oh yeah, so Elan and Keatsy, that's meant to say, but I obviously just missed out the and. So Elan is one of my friends, Danny from Bristol. She's amazing. And then Keatsy, he's one of her friends who she works with. They've made quite a few tracks together, mainly like garage kind of vibes, but really cool tracks. Definitely check them out. And yeah, Danny came around one weekend, and she just sat there while I made a tune, and then she came up with some lyrics for it, and then went back to hers and recorded them, and then she suggested Keatsy because I was like, I can hear like a male and female vocal in the breakdown. Like there's no actual vocals at the minute through the track, but I might play around with that because you know what it's like, you make a tune and then you play it for a bit and then you're like,
I'm gonna
could I do this? Could I do that? And like, yeah. So anyway, that is
all right. Well, let's have a little listen.
Thank you. Probably best. Actually, no, yeah.
We talk on it a bit so that no one robs it.
I don't worry too much.
Okay.
You lost control, don't keep telling me you gotta go. You lost my energy, enemy, more like ecstasy, floating through your mind, calling memory.
About time I felt safe, and all these feelings I've been trying to embrace. It's the sheer vulnerability of change. Dance like we got something to erase, but the buzz it keeps us sane, so we could go our separate ways, but there's nothing really separate about our ways. So this is on cue and overdue at last. Lost a few but only good regards, holding on tight with my fingers and thumbs, but when your fingers feel numb, just don't lose touch of who you are.
You lost control, don't keep telling me you gotta go. You lost my energy, enemy, more like ecstasy, floating through your mind, calling memory.
This is really good.
Thank you.
This is really vibey. I really love the juxtaposition between the vibiness and then just the abrasiveness of that main bass on the drop. That's really cool. So what else are you going to do with those vocals?
Well, I don't know. I might try just maybe putting a little bit of Danny, or like I might get them to like record a few ad libs or something like that, and then maybe just throughout the tune, just put them there. So the breakdown on the second breakdown before the second drop is slightly different.
Oh yeah,
like the way it like it's got Danny and then it's got Keatsy and then it's got Danny again before the drop, and I think that sounds really cool as well. So I feel like I need to use her voice a little bit more within the track.
Yeah, sounding really, really nice.
Thank you.
I mean,
I think that's probably about it.
Yeah. Kate, man, you've been great. Thanks so much for doing this, mate. Honestly.
That's all right. No, it's been fun.
Right,
thank you. I'm enjoying having a chat. I keep saying that we're live. I'm like, I hope I haven't said anything I shouldn't have said.
No, it's scary, isn't it? But it's never as bad as you imagine it.
It is a little scary, but yeah.
It's going to go on our YouTube, and there's nothing you want to get rid of anyway. So
no, I don't think I've offended anyone. Hopefully.
No.
Before you go, what is your favourite drum and bass track of all time?
Oh,
you have to narrow it down to one.
I've always really liked Mr. Majestic. Like I've loved that tune, and then but I really like Shy FX Feelings. Like that reminds me of being in the Coven back in the day, raving when I first started going out. Like I remember I can envision my friend dancing to that tune, like looking really happy, probably gunned up. But like I just remember like that, you know. Like, they both got really good memories. Like I love Mr. Majestic for like the musical side of it, and then Feelings.
You can tell we're all from a very similar era, because I know those tunes are from me and James' era as well.
Yeah.
I know particularly Feelings is close to your heart, James.
Well, I still reach for that sometimes, don't I, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's such a sick tune. Yeah.
Everyone always loves it.
And like Signal as well. I've been playing that loads recently, and like I remember buying that on vinyl for my ex-boyfriend to mix for me. And I tried, that was like one tune that I tried mixing with something. It's actually to try and mix that tune from the first drop is really hard.
Yeah, it's like the hardest tune to mix up.
It is.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm never going to be able to mix. I can't mix
and then
this
nothing
tune
for like, yeah.
I know.
DJ Fresh recently admitted that they made a version for Andy with hi-hats in it so that he can mix it properly.
I mean,
that's an admitted by Fresh.
Why not do that if you're struggling with someone
totally.
else's tune to whack a few? I haven't done it because I just obviously love to struggle, but it would be a good idea.
You don't need to with Record Box anymore. You can just.
I know. I don't know. I still manage to mess up everything.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll upload this to YouTube at some point next week, and obviously, cut whatever clips you want out of it and use it however you like.
Thank you.
And
thanks so much, man.
We'll be in touch soon with some more music. Take care, Kat. Thank you.
All right, take care. Thanks.
See you later. Bye
bye, everyone.
Bye everyone in the chat.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.